it's me. I've got this in a different placement. I don't know. I need to figure out something. But I mean, it's only for Mondays because I'm filming on my kind of my bedroom part of the bedroom instead of the filming part of the bedroom. So, you know, there's that. But we're going to use a unicorn mask. We got this from Trouble with Tish. She'll comment below. It'll be 4 purple hearts. Look for it. Tap on her icon. She is so much fun. She does like a Tuesday 2 for 2 Tuesday palette thing. I don't know. It's palette picker Tuesday. That's what it is. Lord have mercy. I just like watching her. I can't remember the names of everything, but I just like watching her. And I think you would too. Anyway, so we got a unicorn mask. This is, I don't think it's going to have a unicorn on it. Bummer. Moisturizing, brightening, and hydrating. Look at this. I can use every single one of those, okay? All of the above. Okay, this is a 15-minute mask, so I'm going to go ahead and apply it, and we're going to get started on our 2 chapters out of Genesis in the Bible. Be right back. Okay, we're going to read chapters 16 and 17, and where we left off, God and Abram have just made a covenant, which is basically like a contract. And okay, I was just looking at this. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. Okay, and this shall afflict them for 400 years. Also in that nation whom they shall serve, I will judge, and afterward shall they come out with a great substance. Okay, and it came to pass, when the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp that passed between the pieces being the meat that was being sacrificed in order to bind the covenant or contract. Okay, and that's where we left off. So let's start on chapter 16. Now, Sarah, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had a handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. Sarah said unto Abram, behold, now the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, going unto my maid, and it may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai. And Sarai, Adam's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian. Interesting. After Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband, Abram, to be his wife. Which is basically a nice way of saying they're using her as a surrogate. Okay, and when he went unto Hagar, and she conceived, and when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. So it sounds like Hagar wasn't really about this. Sarai said unto Abram, my wrong be upon thee. I have given my maid into thy bosom, and when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. The Lord judge between me and thee. But Abram said unto Sarai, behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it please thee. And when Sarai dealt hardly with her, she fled from her face. So this Egyptian woman that was their maid, which might be another word for, you know, slave. I'm not sure. Don't know. Could be. Could be. They get her pregnant. She's not happy about. She's like upset with Sarah because, like, you know, you basically made me sleep with your husband, and now I'm pregnant, and I mean, it sounds like and then you think that this is going to be your child. So, when Sarai dealt hardly, I think that means that she dealt, like, a lot. She fled from her face. And the angel of the Lord found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain on the way to Shur. And he said, Hagar, Sarai's maid, whence camest thou, and whither shalt thou go? And she said, I flee from the face of my mistress Sarai. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, return to thy mistress, and submit thyself under her hands. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, and it shall not be numbered for the multitude. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, behold, thou art with child, and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction. And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him, and he will dwell in the presence of all his brethren. And she called the name of the Lord that spoke unto her, Thou God seest me, for she said, Have I also here looked after him that sees me? Wherefore the well was called Beer-la, okay, Beer-lahai-roi, and behold, it is between Kadesh and Bered. And Hagar bore Adam a son, and Adam called his son's name, which Hagar bare, Ishmael. And Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore Ishmael to Abram. 80, is that like 400? 406 years? Or 46 years? I don't know. Okay, chapter 17. Whew, I'm having some mask issues here. When Abram was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram and said to him, I am the Almighty God. Walk before me and be thou perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. Abram fell on his face, and God talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations. Neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee. So evidently the difference between names has to do with politics, maybe? I don't know. And I will make thee exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee in their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee, and to thy seed after thee. And I will give unto thee, and to thy seed after thee, the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their God. Okay, now, if you remember when we go back to the beginning, Canaan was Canaanites who came from one of the sons of Noah that was basically cursed. Interesting. And God said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generations. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised. And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you. Every man child in your generations, he that is born in the house or bought with money of any stranger, which is not of thy seed. He that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with thy money, must needs be circumcised, and my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. Okay, that took a long time to just say men children need to be circumcised at 8 days old. And the uncircumcised man child whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He hath broken my covenant. And God said unto Abraham, as for Sarai, my wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be. And I will bless her, and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of the nations. Kings of people shall be of her. Abraham fell on his face and laughed, and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear? And Abraham said unto God, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. And he left off talking with him, and God went up from Abraham. And Abraham took Ishmael his son, and all that were born in his house, and all that were brought with his money, and every male among the men of Abraham's house, and circumcised the flesh of their foreskin in the self same day as God had said unto him. And Abraham was 90 years old and 9 when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. Ouch. Okay. Ishmael, his son, was 13 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. In the selfsame day was Abraham circumcised, and Ishmael his son. And all the men of his house, born in the house, and bought with money of the stranger, were circumcised with him. So basically, we're making a lot of that's the end of 17. We'll be going into 18 next week. Basically, what I get out of that is we made a lot of covenants with a lot of people. God made a lot of promises, and obviously kept them. And for whatever reason, demanded that not only the Jewish themselves, but everyone who is even in their house, which, I don't know, should I assume that if you have servants that they're Jewish also? I mean, what's the deal here? Or are you forcing them to be, or are they just already? I don't know. I don't understand. But it seems like whether they were or not, they are getting circumcised. And I would be willing to bet that didn't go over well with a lot of people. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, anybody have any comments on that? Conversation, explanation, whatever. Let me know, comment below. And it looks like we're going to be heading into Canaan next week. So, until the next time, I hope you wake up dancing, ba-bom-bom, wake up dancing every single day. So I forgot to tell you about the mask. It was purchased on Amazon in a pack. The brand, no idea. Oh, Mooyum. Right there is the brand. Okay. And it's feeling good right now. It's definitely feeling moisturizing. I don't know about brightening and, but it's definitely feeling moisturizing. So there's that. See you guys next week. Until then, be still and be blessed.